And this was started in 2017, and under the leadership of Professor Brand. I'm happy to say that this institution has been ranked by the Shanghai Global Ranking Institution to be among the top 500 institutions in the world. And in that 500 institution, in the subject of public health, there are only 3 institutions in India which have been ranked. One is All India Institute of Medical Science, second is Christian Medical College, Vellore, and third is Prasanna School of Public Health. And I'm privileged to have him today here to come and anchor the 4 panels.
To D Prasanna to give us a chance to set up Prasanna School of Public Health. Here we work on health systems reforms to enable such success stories as he has done one for our students and alumni. And we are involved in the G20 activities of the government regarding health to advise on the way in which D Prasanna's ideas can work. Let us go through the panels now. Panel 1, Innovating Affordable Diagnostics. Yes, at the beginning of a patient's journey, there is the diagnosis. How can we meet needs in the best way? Will be interesting to hear. Panel 2, Innovative Models in the government system and in cancer care. How to give the right treatment to the right patient at the right time and place. India is a big country and has a lot of people to serve. I'm interested to hear what we will discuss. Panel 3, Innovation and Pandemic Challenge. We are looking back. India has made a good job in combating the pandemic. What can we, and especially what can other countries, learn from this experience? Last but not least, panel 4, building a 50 billion medtech market in India. I have to say, in India, I have to get used to these big numbers. You do 250,000 teleconsultation a day. So I said, how to do this? And then I was told, no, we want to go for 1 million a day. So a lot of zeros. Here in this session, we will then look forward. How can we scale up, especially public-private partnership models in medtech, which can be financed to deal with increasing future demands? And I would like to invite the chair, Sachi, the former vice president of marketing, Wipro GE, to come to the stage. And to be joined by the panelists, R Sahu, who would come. He's a former CEO of Siemens Medical. Next one is D Vijaya, and please excuse if I invent some new names for you. Yeah, that's because he is the founder of Irilic. It took some time to pronounce this correctly. Then we have S. Ganesh Prasad, founder CEO of Genworks Health. Please have a seat. And Ms. Priya Joshi, former business leader Wipro GE in the area of ultrasound. We will give you a hint when the 20 minutes are over.
It is really an honor for me, first of all, to be in this very august gathering. And the highest common factor in this entire group is passion. There is ambition. Ambition drives an individual, but passion drives a team. And that is what we did. We made a difference. Let us come to the topic for our panel. Affordable diagnostics. It's the word affordable has been added by Mr. Prasanna because this is a very big dance that we do with the doctors. Doctors want the best at the lowest price. That is not surprising to me. Because Röntgen, when he used the first X-ray tube and he was very happy, he wrote the note to Halske, great quality, but please give it to me cheaper. So I'd like to introduce this panel. I call Mr. Sahu the face of management in healthcare. He led a very tough business, the service business, when Viproji was started. And the abiding image I have of him is how he lifted the city himself manually with some of our colleagues here in Park Sheraton, Madras at that time, Chennai later, because they didn't have a lift to carry the gantry. And we wanted to show in the IRIA the India-made CT scanner. Face of management, no challenge was too big for him. Face of technology, D Vijaya. He is the one who made engineering and manufacturing happen in India for ultrasound and CT, convincing the Japanese and the Americans that we could do it here. We have Priya Joshi. She is one of the best known technology evangelists in healthcare. She was the face of performance of the machine in the hands of the customer. And we have Ganesh. Ganesh is running a very large distribution business now in GenWorks. I call him the face of distribution and reach. So I would like to hand over one by one. Please share your thoughts. First of all, what do you think contributes?
There are three aspects, 3 points I can highlight. One is getting the product, the best product, quality product, which is affordable by the customer. Second, the delivery. Third, not the least, the service. Service plays a vital role in the diagnostic. A customer will get convinced for the product, get convinced, okay, deliver ho jayega. But lifetime need for that product comes from the service department. If the service is not good, mind you, number of companies have not done well. We have seen in our country also. What can I do in Wipro GE so that the customers will see a dramatic difference? And of course, cost is more important thing. Dramatic difference in service. I have thought 3 things. We will develop the present staff, train them, thankful to Bakchi. Me and Bakchi visited places with 20-25 engineers in different places to talk about what customers need. The communication channel was a little bit lacking with us at that time, but we thought, let us open up the communication channel of our service engineers who can have a good dialogue with the customer. They will, I tell you, service engineers are more close to customers than anyone else. Okay, Prasanna is one among them. Sales people are one among them. Product people are one among them. But they are the direct contact day in and day out with customers. If a machine fails, they will not spare anybody. But that customer service engineer, he is the person who will go and take care of the customer, and he is only the person who will take care of the customer. That I thought, how we will deliver this in Wipro GE.
So we went to Japan. They showed me one shelf, one wall full of blue folder shelf. He said, here is the design document you can refer. I had taken three-member team to Japan. When I opened the folder, everything is in Japanese. Nothing that we can understand from that document, other than the type numbers and signals, nothing else. So with a lot of difficulty, we came up with a concept in 1 week. We presented. I'm speeding up my talk. It was a very interesting story. Then I said, okay, I'm ready to discuss with you this concept. So a large round table, all were looking same, Japanese. Right of me, there was a person sitting. Later I came to know he's a chief of R&D. I said, okay, we explained the technology. In the end, pin drop silence. I can tell you, pin drop silence not for a few seconds. It was silent. So we were looking up and down as what's happening. Either down or up, we didn't never knew. He used one word, Japanese word, it's called sugoi. Sugoi is, he said, it's a beautiful, it's excellent. That's what it means. I knew that word because in Indian training that was taught. After that transformation, they said, we like what you presented. We will help you develop a portable product. That product today is a world leader. More than 25,000 products sold worldwide. This is my story. Thank you.
It is my honor and privilege to speak in front of all of you about the customer experience I had during the golden days of GE, and the memories are very, very fresh. So I joined back in 2000, but the major technology or the change in technology which the entire industry was experiencing was around 2002 with the introduction of 3D and 4D technology. And I was lucky to be the selected one through the management here, and then to lead the technology from the front to meet customers. And we also saw it was also an era where everybody was experiencing the change of creating markets and expanding applications. So with a biomedical background and of applications background, met several customers, and what GE would do something very different then was not just sell the product, but make sure that the customer is successful. So we would definitely conduct a CME having technical discussions, and also one of the doctors speaking about the technical advantages of 3D and 4D applications. So as Mr. Prasanna would always say that make sure that the customer is successful, and indirectly GE would become successful. So that would very strongly the Voluson team did. While, so many customers are there which come to my mind, but I always feel that, the losses pinch more than the memories of the wins. And one such loss happened in Calcutta with Eco X-ray at Dr. Sharma's place. He's a very senior radiologist, very well renowned. And unfortunately, GE lost the complete package order, including the Voluson. But then I was sent by the management there, and with 3 days of intense discussion, very detailed technical discussion, his doctors, his staff, we were able to turn around and win that order, which is still very dear to me. Thank you. And we always feel that, Voluson internally, the GR team would talk that, if we even knew somebody is going to buy CT, it was so competitive, because the value of a Voluson and the value of a second-hand CT or a low-slice CT was almost the same. So the Voluson team would have discussions, not just technical, but techno-commercial on viability, and also trying to talk about the applications, how the customer could expand and become successful. And Bangladesh, we all feel that, it's a very value-sensitive market and low-cost diagnostics. Price is a challenge. But on this occasion, I would also like to remember Dr. Mustafizur Rahman, who is the chairman of Popular Diagnostics. He started with one in 2002, and later it was like more than 100 Volusons there in his chain of Popular Diagnostics Center. Before I hand over, I think a lot of places where we even said that those days Indigo had started newly. So we had a challenge between our sales team that wherever we have Indigo Airlines, we have to have a Voluson. Or, like Coke says, we have a Coke thing, and the Voluson Center has to be there. So Dr. Nikit Mehta, again, a radiologist in a small town, Meerut, Sangli, but he was very instrumental. He used to do a lot of biopsy-guided procedures. He also bought the product, and not only bought, but he helped GE to establish in the initial years by traveling with us to various places along with Dr. Dahiya. And these were the initial, success factors of establishing this product so well, which today I think is a great, great brand. And thanks to the whole team, the leadership, Mr. Ganesh, everybody who built this brand of Voluson. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Sachi. I think you spoke for GenWorks in your introduction. It's very important that, when we talk about affordable care, we have to have technology in the hands of the customer. Sahu sir spoke about keeping it working, and D Vijaya spoke about bringing the manufacturing into it, and of course Priya, when she spoke about how passionately we take this to customers, make a big impact. Coming to affordable care, so how can care be more affordable. All of us know the big impact GE, Wipro GE, by manufacturing these products in India, through their focus on the care segments, bring in products at various price points to reach, technology to customers where patients go when they are unwell. So now, when they are unwell, the earlier, to your point, obviously the right diagnosis. And right diagnosis happens with the right technology and the best workflows and well-trained, well-maintained equipments. And that is what we could do over the years by, in every modality, GE could bring in technology that, in the portfolio that could be used by everyone, not just in the big hospitals, not just in tertiary care, but across these segments. And now, the real move, the real change that we are seeing post-COVID is the focus on wellness. And that's absolutely the way where cost of care will come down. Cost of care cannot be lower than what it is in India. By just reducing cost, it has to happen with a shift towards going yearly, and which means that healthcare should almost be provided closer to home, at the physician point where the patient is able to go without a stress. And at that point, if you are able to bring in technologies using the current innovations in IoT and the ability to transfer images and so on and so forth, if you are able to impact connected care, bring in devices for screening, bring in and view for early diagnosis and obviously early treatment, is the way that truly healthcare can become affordable for all. And that's the point where we are. And I'm so pleased so happy to see Asim Premji Foundation now last week they had announced that they're going to impact primary care. So now, having impacted through Wipro GE and under the guidance of Mr. Prasanna, having impacted with technology across platforms, now they are mostly in tertiary care and secondary care and diagnostics. They are also now going to empower the nation towards building wellness. And building wellness, early care, affordable care, not just by lowering cost. I don't think we can lower cost beyond this. We have done enough. I think the move should be towards bringing in technologies and solutions that impact the care cycle, and thereby screening, thereby wellness, thereby early diagnostics and treatment. And thankfully, that's what we are striving to do, because we were created at Work for Healthier India by Terry. And to work for Healthier India, obviously a physical presence across the country was a mandate, but just physical presence of people selling technology and equipments is not enough. How can we connect to specialists? How can we liquefy expertise? And how we can play in the entire care continuum is the real impact that the next generation will see as a big win. And thanks to the stalwarts in this room for having set that platform and even created an opportunity ahead of time. In this room, as you rightly said, there are pioneers who thought about healthcare much earlier than anybody else could do. And that's why, this is a room filled with people who are the leaders. And this healthcare in India, I can say confidently, not because of my 25 years of working for GE, I can say very, very confidently and very, very passionately that was created by people in this room and people who worked for these big leaders who took the baton from them, and of course continuing into the next generation.